Hi. So before I get started, I just want to say I'm gonna do another meditation tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll put the link below. I want to continue on so we did the, seeing through the illusion of relationships, and I want to stay kind of in that zone, and we'll do it on the self, your relationship with yourself and how you see yourself. So a little more on that. So here we go. Often the illusions that you weave around yourself about yourself begin when you're very young. And it can be something that has to do with your race or your religion, where you grew up, who your parents are. For example, when you were a child, maybe your mom was working and she had to keep up with all kinds of other things on top of that. And so you would be late for everything. And people would always say, so-and-so is always late. And sometimes when you're told this enough times, you adopt it. And then you grow up and you become late for everything. This is something, and it's silly. Yes, it's silly and it's funny, but it's a really good example of the way we adopt the weaves that are given to us. A lot of times, there's racial things, and sometimes the racial things are good and sometimes the racial things are bad. And oftentimes, people will bring that in and they will weave it around themselves. And that you've weaved it around yourself. Oh, God, do you really want me to say that? You know that if it's bad and you weaved it around yourself also, because you will be offended when it is said, because something inside of you has accepted it on some level, yet you still resist it. And what I'm saying is you don't have to resist anything and you don't have to accept anything. But you want to look at what you've weaved about yourself. It could be good in a way. It could be, what do you mean? Socially good to the rest of the world, but something that you don't necessarily want to own anymore. So how do you see yourself that was handed to you? Even if you weaved it yourself, even if you've woven it yourself, around yourself, examine it. Maybe a few times when you were a few years ago, you did something over and over again, and then we tend to be very hard on ourselves, and you were like, well, God, I just suck at this, I'm no good at this, and you have accepted that, and it's become a part of who you are, and all of a sudden, I can't draw anything, I can't do this, I can't do that. So it's very important, if you want to pull down the illusion that's around you that you've accepted or created, that you take a good look at it. So I do get that. So it's part of, it's also a part of self-empowerment to look at what you have accepted as your truth about yourself and decide if you want it or not. I mean, there are good racial things like, oh, I'm Italian and Italians are good lovers. If you want to accept that and run with it, enjoy it. It's your illusion to weave, so weave it the way you want it. But, I'm listening, hold on. Okay, because he's like, look at things that people have said they see in you, whether it was true or not, right? And it's been said to you more than one time, and really inside you feel like, this is not the truth for me, this is not the truth for me. But you start to accept it when more people are saying it, and then you get really defensive when people are saying it, and it's because it's an illusion that you've accepted about yourself that you don't want to accept. So examine these things, anything that triggers you, anything that makes you really upset when someone says it, and see if you've actually accepted it about yourself. I love you all. Mwah.